Every digital product competes for user attention, but what makes users stay, engage, and return? Emotions. Great UX UI isn't just about usability, it's about creating emotional connections that drive loyalty, reduce churn, and boost revenue. I'm Oleg, lead UX UI designer at ORIL, and in this video I'll show you how businesses can harness emotional design to build software that users don't just use but love. First, to establish a common ground, let's talk about basics. What is emotion in our context? In essence, we can think about it as a psychological response to an external stimulus, such as our product, or as a result of a mental process, such as reflecting on the time spent with our product. Emotions help us choose which goals to pursue, as they act as a kind of a barometer for determining the possibility of success when we take a particular approach to a problem. This is critical to understand when talking about product success. Moreover, emotions foster lasting connections. Just like we form attachments to our personal items, like our car or smartphone, we subconsciously build emotional ties to brands and products, prompting us to return. Well, okay then, what are the steps to harness these concepts and make your product more appealing and successful? Let's break down how products evoke emotions into 3 parts and make examples for each one on how we can steer the user to feel happy or accomplished using your product. According to Don Norman, the director of the design lab at the University of California, emotional response can be broken down into 3 parts. 1. Visceral. At this level, a product's perceptible qualities, primarily visual, but also auditory, haptic, and even olfactory, create an immediate impression. To attract customers, your product's design must align with their attitudes and expectations. For example, a real estate investment platform should evoke trust and security through its UI. A flashy or unpolished design might undermine credibility before users even sign up. 2. Behavioral. This level is all about usability. How users interact with your product directly impacts their emotions. A well-designed interface should be intuitive, guiding users seamlessly towards their goals without frustrations. As UX/UI designers, it's our job to ensure clear instructions, accessible features, and real-time feedback, making the experience both functional and enjoyable. Like visceral processing, behavioral processing is unconscious. However, the last level is different. 3. Reflective. This is the conscious processing stage, where users actively consider a product's personal relevance and how it fits into their broader environment. At this level, users reflect on their experiences, combining their visceral and behavioral impressions with their personal knowledge. Positive experiences here lead to lasting emotional attachments and brand loyalty. To succeed across all 3 levels, you must deeply understand your user. What are their goals, pain points, and how do they achieve these goals? By answering those questions, you can design products that are visually appealing, easy to use, and memorable, ultimately turning users into advocates who will drive growth and revenue. Let's take an ordinary product and a digital product as our 2 examples for us to better understand the concepts at hand. Watering can. Let's say you recently picked up gardening. You need a watering can, so you go on a website to order one. Now, instantly you can see different watering cans in different colors. Let's say you want a colorful one to cheer you up and to match the greenery of your garden, and there it is. A green watering can that instantly clicks with you. This is how a product instills a positive emotion on the visceral level. Now, there are 2 options for it, one with a wide spout and one with a small spout. Since you grow flowers, it makes sense to go for a small spout, which will give you more control. This is how a product can communicate its function before the user spends even $1 on it. The watering can arrives, you use it, and it's easy to fill up, the handle feels good in your hand, the volume fits neatly with the amount of flowers that you need to water. This is how a product instills a positive emotion on the behavioral level. Next, you think back and realize how good the purchase actually was and how convenient water can is. The chances that you recommend this brand to your neighbor goes up exponentially, since now you want to share the experience. This is how a product creates a positive emotion, lasting attachment, and evangelism on the reflective level. Hopefully you can see how all of these factors fit together to create an emotional landscape that drives your product to success. Now let's talk about digital products. Rentometer is a service that lets you measure rent prices in a certain area to establish and understand what you should expect if you were to rent a property there. Now, once you get onto Rentometer's homepage, you are not overwhelmed with colors and graphics. Instead, it feels functional and warm, possibly making a connection to how it feels at home. From the get-go, Rentometer gets straight to the point with presenting the calculator, its main feature and value proposition. You expect to get a result based on the information that you give. This is Rentometer clearly communicating its function right away. The interface is clean, the steps are easy to follow, and you get your results within just a few dozen seconds from starting the process. This is how Rentmeter instills a positive emotion on the behavioral level. Now, later, when you reflect on the service, you evaluate your visual impressions and how fast it helped you achieve your goals. Again, the chance that you will come back and share this experience with your peers has become a driving force for the product's success. Emotions are a part of our lives, but with enough information and care, we can design our products in a way that would not only make our users happy, but also build lasting engagements and brand loyalty. It drives businesses' success by increasing retention, customer satisfaction, and advocacy. Let's make that a standard, shall we? ORIL is ready to help you achieve just that, turning great designs into measurable business value.